the natural immortality of the soul, but on the biblical teaching of the final resurrection, way ahead of Abraham, resurrection of the dead. But how could a no longer existent human body, cremated into ashes, this is a question, think about this, or destroyed by other means, be brought to life again? How can someone who has been deceased perhaps for centuries and even a whole millennia recover again his or her identity? Ponder that question for a while. We're still on Sunday. This question leads us to reflect on the mystery of life. We are alive and enjoy the life that God graciously grants us every day. Every single day we come out here, even without beginning to understand the supernatural origin of life. We know that in the beginning, God brought life into existence, from non-life through to the power of his word, right? So if God was able to create life on earth the first time from nothing, why should we doubt his capacity to recreate human life and to restore its original identity? Now, we have no doubt about that God can do that, correct? Nobody sits here doubting that, because God created all of us sitting here, correct? So we have no doubt that he's able to do that. Let's move on to Sunday's lesson. I shall see God, right? And this is with Job. This is concerning Job. I'm going to go down to the bottom as I go through the top here. I'm going to the bottom of the lesson. It says, how can we learn to trust God even amid the harsh unfairness of life? So while I'm going through the first section, just think about that. I'm going to get somebody to answer that for me. Just think about that. It says, it's Job 19, 25 to 27. Anybody have their hand on that? Have the Bible on that? One of those quick iPad guys. I see Brother Vantipool down here with his phone there running through that. Brother Vantipool, you got Job 19, 25, 27? Sean is going to bring the mic for you. Sean, can you get in the mic, please? Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate you.
Yeah. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me.
Thank you. Job. That's Job speaking. And Job was doing what? Job was under what? He was what? Concerning Job. What was Job doing? He was in pain. He was suffering. At the moment, yes, he was. He was suffering, right? He was in pain, right? And he says, for I know that my Redeemer lives. This is through all he's going through. The boils, the pain, some friends coming up to him. Imagine that. Job have friends, right? We all have friends, right? For some reason, that friend who you trust, Sister Berry, that one person you go to all the time for answers, not there. You know what I mean, the answers, when you go to them for answers, right? That person, and you're suffering, and that person comes by and say the one thing the adversary wants them to say. Not what God wants them to say, but the adversary, right? They come and say that one thing to you. How do you feel, right? This is a person that you trust. How do you feel? Do you feel betrayed? Do you feel like, hey, I should give up because my best friend just said to me, hey, look, man, there's no hope, right? Think about it. It says, for I know that my Redeemer lives. Job is suffering. And that he shall stand at the latter day. Job is talking about what? Say it again. I'm hearing it all over. The resurrection. Job is talking about the resurrection. Job is talking about later on, hey, look, I know my Redeemer live. Right? And he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall he do what? See God. This is Job's suffering. And Job is looking down the line. Job is looking past your time and my time here, actually. That's what he's doing, right? Sister Ray, correct? Job is looking past all that stuff. Job is saying, look, I know one day I shall rise again, right? Whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall be whole. At this point, he's talking about the resurrection. Sister Ray.
How did Job know that? Really and truly, Jesus hadn't come. There was no way that there was a preaching of the second coming that you could be seen in the Bible. But Job knew this theology.
I'll add one more for you that you can study on your own. Was Job a Hebrew? Okay. So how do you know that?
He is a Hebrew.
Okay.
But when you think about it, when you listen to people who believe that the Old Testament doesn't have
Doesn't work anymore. Go ahead.